So hey guys, because of popular questions from my video elevation training mass review, I decided to actually just make a elevation training mass frequently asked questions video just to help out everyone and to answer a lot of questions.
So, I have bad cardio. Would the elevation training mask be a good tool for me to train it up?
So if you start off with bad cardio or you need to train your cardio, I suggest actually training it up first before you get this mask, because the mask is actually designed for a seasoned athlete who's already has a strong base. I just suggest start going on runs, start jumping rope, get a good base, and then this will amplify it. So, yeah.
Because when I first started out, I was already a track and cross country athlete, so this worked well when I first just put it on, but there are definitely teammates that we have who don't start off using the elevation training mask because they have to work up their cardio base themselves. So, 2, is the elevation training mask dangerous?
So if you use it properly, the mask should not be dangerous. Basically, know your limits. Push yourself way too hard and you don't know the feeling, you go too far. There's a possibility of passing out with this on, so it's dangerous. Know the feeling of where you can keep pushing, it just sucks, or where you're actually gonna pass out. Have that feeling in and start off slow with the mask until you have good control.
Also, when I first amped it up, I tried my long distance run with this at a newer level, and I definitely felt a little tightness in my chest, so definitely be aware of your body. 3, how do I wash the elevation training mask?
Well, I actually made a video on that. Click here to watch the video. Right here, I'm actually gonna put a link on there. And but basically, just take it apart. You can just like unclip it, wash it with water. Some people use soap, but I think just pure water is fine. Or if you just used it for a few minutes at a time, just literally take a wet tissue and just wipe the inside and let it dry.
Alright, 4, the elevation training mask sounds great. I'm gonna wear it all the time. Can I wear it to sleep too?
No, definitely not. Don't not wear it to sleep. You always want to know exactly what's going on when you're wearing the mask. If you're wearing it and it limits your breathing and you sleep and you cover up the hole or something and you can't breathe, that could be dangerous. So, you know how sometimes when someone sleeps and you roll over and the pillow covers your face? Imagine that with the mask on.
Alright, 5, I just bought the elevation training mask. How should I start off?
Slowly. So, as with any new training tool, you always want to get to know it well first. So for safety, just put it on, breathe, learn how to breathe with it first. Start off at the default level is good, and get to know easy movements. Try to do very easy exercises with it on, just like run lightly, jump rope lightly, a few minutes at a time, and then slowly build your way up. So don't do anything too crazy to start off with right away.
Okay. How do I change the altitude settings then?
So it's as easy as just flipping this out. They give you many flips and stuff, but honestly, I've only used the mask at 9,000 feet, which is the default level, and the top level, which is 18,000 feet. Honestly, I think just using those 2 levels if you're a seasoned athlete is good. But if you really want to like go through all the levels, read through the book, it's like a lot of flips and stuff, and it's hard to explain, but you just take a look at the booklet.
Right.
But to flip it and change stuff is very easy. You just take it out and change these around. No problem.
And like one tip that I have is for the highest altitude setting, which both of ours are set at, you'll flip only one on the side, and that's what Adrian has right now.
So mine's on the right.
Right. But for me, I prefer to have my airflow coming straight from the middle versus the side. So I decided to flip my one in the middle. But he mentioned that because of the extra air hose on the middle, the regularly middle part, it actually lets in more air versus like the side parts that only have one hole. So I decided to switch the nozzles in case like you guys have the preference of getting airflow from the middle versus the sides. What size should I get the mask in?
So on average, most people are medium. I'm 5'10", I'm 148 pounds, and we have big faces in general.
Big faces.
I guess medium's good for me. And she's a small. She's 5'4", about 120 pounds. And that's just a general idea. So as long as you're around like my size or her size or like pretty much an average person, unless you have a very big head, medium should be good for you.
And like I think it also has to do with like how tall your nose bridge is too, because that's how the mask rests on your face.
Oh yeah, how long
right
your
here
face
it
is.
makes it look like he has a smaller face than me, but he's actually a larger mass size. So definitely take in account like the size of your triangle part right here. Okay, 8. Is it worth the price?
It's definitely worth the price. I've been using this for 2.5 years. She's been using it for a year now, or more. And it's definitely one
a
of
full year.
Yeah, and it's definitely one of my go-to training tools. This is the one thing that I always bring with me whenever I go train. Like easy intensity, high intensity. I always bring this with me, especially on days where I'm pushed for time. I don't have much time. This adds up and makes the workout a lot more efficient.
All right. For the final question, what workout should I do with the mask?
As I just said, you can do whatever. My personal favorites are jump rope, sprints, and punch bag workouts. But I can also use it for shadow boxing. It's like limitless with this mask. You can just make up your own stuff, and it just basically makes it more efficient. Some people online are haters of this, and they said this doesn't work. And like imitate altitude training, and of course, like it's not as good as the real thing because it's a simulation. But if anything, it's a mental training tool. It does make it harder for you to breathe, and it makes you more focused and concentrated in your breathing technique while you're doing everything. So when I take it off, I'm just flowing. Your breathing is much better psychologically, mental strength. Even those two aspects are very important. So even if it doesn't help your breathing as in the elevation training sense, which this primary purpose is, it still has that kind of benefits to it.
Alright.
So yeah, alright. So if we forgot to introduce her, this is Katie. If you haven't seen her in my videos at this point, we're starting a channel together next week. We're launching the channel together, and it's going to be known as Vigilante Fitness Couple. It's going to be launched on our 1-year anniversary, and make sure you go check it out for cool workouts, more videos, and our adventures, cooking videos, for
and
giveaways, and watch us as we prepare for the Spartan Trifecta this year.
Okay.
All right.